updates in the ongoing WNBA CBA negotiations, and there is a brand new wrinkle to the storyline as it's been reported that there is a Saudi-backed basketball league that will be kicking off next season, and this could truly change everything.
Hey, is this enough to entice Caitlin Clark? $20 million deal, 30, 40, $50 million deals.
Saudi money is coming for basketball, and the WNBA has no idea what's about to hit them. A brand new, Saudi-funded league is on the verge of launching, and the timing couldn't be worse. The WNBA is tangled in messy CBA negotiations. Kathy Engelbert is scrambling, Adam Silver looks more like a babysitter than a commissioner, and the league's main attraction, Caitlin Clark, just had her 2025 season shut down after a brutal run of injuries. Left quad, right groin, then a bone bruise in her left ankle. Fans are losing faith fast. The one player who kept arenas sold out is sidelined, and the WNBA's leadership stayed silent until the backlash exploded. The project shaking up the sport is called Project B. Think LIV golf, but for basketball. We're talking bottomless funding, global events, private jets, and contracts so massive they could flip the entire sport overnight. While Engelbert keeps talking about growth in press conferences, overseas investors are building a league players will actually want to join. This isn't just another off-season showcase, it's a power grab. And it's hitting right when the WNBA looks the weakest. Stars injured, fans frustrated, and management reactive. Agents are picking up calls, players are listening, and the people with unlimited money are ready to turn the W into a feeder league. Let's break it down. Project B, the Saudi-backed international league 2 years in the making, is being built by heavyweight tech and venture investors. It's set to launch with 6 teams, 11 players each, competing in 7 tournaments across Asia, Europe, and the Americas. Imagine a global circuit with Olympic-level presentation every few weeks, but built exclusively for elite women's basketball. They've already hired former WNBA star Elena Beard as chief basketball officer, someone who actually understands player needs, and surrounded her with big-name advisors from across the sports world. The vision is clear. First-class travel, luxury facilities, and paychecks the WNBA simply can't match. And the timing? Perfect. The league will run during the WNBA off-season, meaning, technically, players could do both. But let's be real. If you can make 8 figures, fly private, and be treated like royalty, why rush back to a league still debating basic travel standards and leaving its biggest star in the dark about recovery timelines? Engelbert's best strategy right now is denial, but this is bigger than expansion dreams or press releases. This is about control. It's about who truly values the athletes. Project B looked at the WNBA and said, "If you won't treat stars like stars, we will." That's the nightmare Engelbert and Silver can't spin away. And with the W's credibility already shaken after the Clark injury saga, the door just swung wide open for someone else to take over women's basketball, the way it should have been run years ago. We've seen this movie before. When Saudi capital enters a sport, everything changes. In golf, LIV didn't ask for respect, it bought it, then forced the PGA to pay up. In soccer, mega contracts reset the salary ceiling. In MMA, boxing, and motorsport, same pattern. Build premium events. Pay stars like stars. Forget short-term profits. Win the long game with prestige and scale. Now apply that blueprint to women's basketball. The WNBA is still begging for primetime slots, while Saudi organizers are preparing global showcases that look and feel like world championships every weekend. And when that happens, the balance of power in women's basketball might never swing back. They don't nickel and dime production. They don't need 3 boards and 5 committees to approve a charter flight. They just do it. While Kathy Engelbert talks about a sustainable future, the future is literally wiring money and booking arenas overseas. She's building PowerPoint slides. They're building an ecosystem. They don't chase ad impressions. They chase ownership of the entire conversation. And when they decide to compete, they don't aim for second place. So when a Saudi-backed league throws $10 to $50 million at a single WNBA MVP for one season, the question isn't if someone says yes. It's who goes first and how many follow. That's the kind of leverage Engelbert and Silver handed away by moving slow, paying light, and pretending speeches could replace strategy. The truth is brutally simple. The WNBA acts like money is the problem. The Saudis act like money is the solution. Let's stop sugarcoating it. Pay drives everything. The average WNBA salary still hovers in the low to mid six figures. The top players barely make what an NBA assistant coach earns. Yet these women sell out arenas, spike national ratings, and carry entire marketing campaigns. The math doesn't respect the product. Engelbert keeps saying the league is growing. Great. Then why aren't players seeing it in their checks? The W even raised outside capital back in 2022, but that didn't change the daily grind for stars who carry the show on their backs. When progress means new hashtags instead of new salaries, players notice. Now stack that against a global league offering private jets, 5-star facilities, and salaries 10 times higher. That's not just a perk, it's a life decision. It pays off homes, builds generational wealth, funds foundations, and gives players time, health, and freedom. It sends one clear message: you matter. The WNBA doesn't have a money problem. It has a leadership problem. If you truly believe your stars are valuable, you protect them, promote them, and pay them like it. When you don't, someone richer will. That's not betrayal. That's the market correcting bad leadership. The Saudis didn't expose the gap. They just showed how massive it really is and how fast it can close when people with vision decide that players are the product, not the expense. And right as Project B heats up, the WNBA walks straight into a CBA minefield. Players want real revenue sharing, not fixed numbers that never scale. They want modern travel, pro-level facilities, and a league office that acts instead of reacts. But as the opt-out clock ticks and tension builds, the only thing fans hear from the top is, we're confident. Confident in what, exactly? It started with the locker room slipping away, and then came the Caitlin Clark timeline. 13 games. Last appearance, mid-July. Then a domino of injuries, left quad, right groin, ankle bone bruise, ending in a full season shutdown. Fans weren't just disappointed. They were furious at how long it took for clarity to come. And it confirmed their worst fear. The WNBA talks a big game, but disappears the moment it needs to protect the very star keeping it alive. That's the stage Saudi organizers dream of, a rival league imploding in real time. Players skeptical, fans angry, a front office desperately trying to keep the lights bright while the room gets emptier. This isn't a PR hiccup. It's a management failure, and it hands your competition the perfect pitch. Come where you're safe, respected, and paid. If Kathy Engelbert can't deliver a deal players actually trust, what exactly is she protecting? The brand or the budget? Because if the budget keeps winning, the brand will lose everything that ever made it matter. Basketball is global. The WNBA still acts local. Meanwhile, Project B is being built like a world tour. Paris 1 month, Singapore the next, and Sao Paulo after that. 7 premium tournaments, 7 opportunities to reach new markets with the best women's players on the planet. These aren't time slot fillers, they're main events. The WNBA has been chasing awareness in a handful of U.S. cities. Project B? It's chasing audiences across continents. That means new sponsors, destination travel, luxury venues, and massive earned media exposure. It means stars go global fast. Caitlin Clark in Paris, Aya Wilson in Singapore, Angel Reese in Dubai. That's not just a poster, that's a business model. That's growth. While Engelbert talks about fan engagement, the other side is literally buying it. They're investing in production value, prestige, venues, festival-level presentation, and the kind of logistics that make professionals feel like professionals. And when that happens, when the visuals, the sound, and the experience feel elite, everything changes. How the game looks, how the players are treated, and how fans connect. 27 years in, the WNBA could have built this lane. It didn't. Now someone else will, with the money, the schedule, and the global stage to make women's basketball look as world-class as the talent truly is. Because when the sport goes global, players don't just earn more. They become bigger than the league that raised them. That's the real danger for the W. Not just losing athletes, but losing cultural ownership of the game itself. Caitlin Clark's 2025 season is officially over, and it might be the moment that exposes just how broken the WNBA really is. After a brutal run of injuries, left quad, right groin, ankle bone bruise, Clark was finally ruled out for the season. She broke the news herself, thanking fans and admitting the disappointment was bigger than words. She wanted to finish strong, but the organization waited weeks to confirm what everyone already knew. She wasn't coming back. And now fans feel betrayed. They filled arenas. They kept TV ratings alive. And they trusted the league to protect its biggest star. But instead, the silence from Indiana's front office and from WNBA leadership only deepened the frustration. Even insiders admitted the team knew what was coming weeks earlier but stayed quiet, hoping fans would keep tuning in. Caitlin Clark was averaging 16, 5 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds through just 13 games, numbers that screamed historic rookie season. But her body couldn't take the pounding. Night after night, she took harder hits than any rookie should, and the officiating rarely stepped in. Now fans are asking, how many more stars have to get worn down before something actually changes? Because if the WNBA can't even protect Caitlin Clark, its top draw, its biggest marketing engine, why would she ever return when another league is offering world-class care and $50 million a year? Adam Silver is suddenly involved, not out of passion, but out of panic. The NBA owns a major stake in the WNBA, and a Saudi Super League that outproduces, outpays, and outprotects women's basketball doesn't just embarrass the W. It embarrasses the entire NBA ecosystem. That's why you're now seeing global partnerships, logos popping up in Abu Dhabi, and strategic alliances being announced overnight, all desperate attempts to hedge against the storm that's coming. But let's be honest, if women's basketball truly mattered to the NBA, the W wouldn't still be fighting for basic resources. You don't scramble for alliances after the money shows up on your doorstep. You build a platform before your stars start looking for exits. Adam Silver's brand is progressive. The results? Purely reactive. He's blocking doors instead of opening new ones. And Kathy Engelbert? Her office is busy polishing speeches about momentum, while players are icing their knees and fans refresh social media for injury updates like stock tickers. You can't ask athletes to carry a league on half resources and then act surprised when a fully resourced alternative comes knocking. The market is calling the bluff. It always does. The Saudis don't need to win an argument. They just need to wire the funds and keep the flights on time. If that happens, no amount of corporate press conferences will stop stars from exploring what real support feels like. Because this isn't just about the money, though the money is very real. It's about respect. Professionals want professional conditions, charter travel, sane schedules, elite trainers, and leadership that actually says we've got you and means it. They want transparency on injuries, not cryptic silence. They want officials who protect stars from cheap shots, not ones who shrug it off. While WNBA stars get chopped on drives, Project B is offering a clean pitch. Fewer games, bigger checks, world-class facilities, elite medical care, and a global stage that builds brands overnight. The WNBA's counteroffer? We're working on it. That's not competition. That's surrender. Loyalty matters, but loyalty without reciprocity is a trap. When your prime is short, you protect it. When your body is your business, you invest where the environment invests back. That's how grown professionals think, and they're right. Kathy Engelbert can keep talking about vision, but players, they'll follow infrastructure and income. Adam Silver can talk about support all he wants, but players, they'll follow safety and scale. And if those two things exist somewhere else, the decision becomes quick and easy. You can't brand yourself as a league of empowerment while asking your best talent to accept less than what their talent and drawing power deserve. Empowerment isn't a slogan, it's a budget line. Caitlin Clark's injury didn't just end a season. It tore the curtain down on everything the WNBA's been hiding. Attendance dipped the moment she went down. National interest cooled almost overnight. What was supposed to be the league's golden year turned into another reminder that the WNBA still can't protect its biggest stars or be honest with its fans. The Fever knew how serious her injury was, but that truth came out weeks later. And that delay created a wave of distrust that reached all the way to the commissioner's office. Across talk shows and podcasts, the same question keeps coming up. Was Caitlin Clark pushed too hard, too fast? Every game was built around her. Every camera followed her. And yet, when the hits crossed the line from tough to dangerous, leadership looked away. The players' frustration, the media's silence, and the front office's confusion merged into the perfect storm. And guess who's watching every second of it unfold? Saudi investors. They see a league where jealousy, mismanagement, and denial dominate the headlines. And all they have to do is offer what the WNBA hasn't: safety, global exposure, and superstar level pay. If they do that, they won't just attract players, they'll attract fans who've already lost faith in the WNBA's leadership. The reality is hard but simple. When the player who carried your league can't finish a season without breaking down, and the response from the top is spin instead of accountability, your league is already collapsing. And Kathy Engelbert still thinks a new marketing slogan can fix it. This isn't about Saudi Arabia stealing anything. It's about the WNBA losing time, trust, and talent through choices it keeps making. For decades, players were told to sacrifice now so the league can thrive later. Well, later is here. The money isn't. The protection isn't. The transparency isn't. Then one summer, the most valuable rookie in league history got worn down to the bone, and the truth trickled out way too late. That's not a blip, that's a diagnosis. Project B is the mirror. It shows what real investment looks like and how fast the landscape changes when athletes are treated as the priority, not the pitch. If the WNBA wants to keep its stars, it needs to act now. Real revenue share, player-first operations, modern medical standards, charter travel, real accountability. Otherwise, the decision for the top tier becomes simple: safer, richer, bigger, elsewhere. So here's the final question the WNBA must answer, not with words, but with wires. Are you willing to pay and protect your athletes like they're the product? If yes, fix it now. If not, don't be shocked when the best of the best walk into a league that already does. Because when billionaires see opportunity and leadership offers excuses, the game doesn't pause, it relocates. So if you were that star, fresh off a brutal season, offered world-class care, first-class treatment, and $50 million, what would you choose?